Hello, Paul. Thought we'd have a little bit of an intro. Yeah, saying that off before YouTube end up getting me in trouble. But yeah, anyone can name that song, drop it in the comments. I doubt you will be able to, but yeah, I love that song. It's definitely one of my all-time favourites, and it's not really an old song. But we've got loads to talk about. Obviously, the title of the video is Hypocrisy. Yeah, so we've had a bit of a crazy week, I'll be honest. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Some people know about it after last week's stream, and a few other dramas have gone on this week. I'm not really going to give it any airtime, but I've had a lot of stuff going on in my own life as well. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about a few bits and bobs. And can everyone just drop in if you can hear me properly? Make sure everyone can hear me before we get started. Scrag, John Cope, Baldwin Reefer, Keeping It Coy, RS 2000 Cosworth, hello to everyone. That Coy guy, Gary Webb, Kashi, Seska, who else have we got? Sharpie's Pond World, Caroline Webb, Simon Shears, John Dunn, Budget Pond Keeper. Go and check that channel out, guys. I'll shout that out again in a little while. But just let me know. Sounds good. Cool. Appreciate that. 47 in. Hopefully we get a few more than that. So before we get into it properly. So I hope everyone's had a good week. I've had a bit of a crazy week, to be honest. Went up to Jack's farm on Saturday. That was good. I felt it though. I'll be honest. I felt it on Sunday. My arms were killing. I had that thing where I haven't been in the gym properly in years. And I had that thing where when I closed my arm, my bicep was tense to the point I couldn't reopen my arm. It's the weirdest pain. It's horrible, but at the same time, it feels amazing. But I will shout you out again in a while. Budget Pond Keeper once the channel picks up a little bit, mate. We've got 55 in now. Please smash that like, guys. We will be getting into it all soon. Got a few topics to talk about it. John Dunn, I sort of said hello. Kit Kat, hello. Michael Kirby, one of my good mates, but unfortunately won't be for long the way he's going. He knows what I'm talking about, the money messing. Yorkie's Koi, hello. So yeah, we've got a few bits going on. As I say, guys, 55 in the like. Please smash that like. So Becky is coming up under my name, my boy's Koi. I think, Becky, you're going to have to go onto your own phone and your own YouTube, because otherwise your comments are going to come up as my comments. Me mate's lad, he's I'm not going to say, I'm not going to get in stall. Dean, hello. Nathan, hello. DC Coy, hello. DC Coy is asking whether he wants to go live every Saturday or every second Saturday. I think he should do it every Saturday, so I hope he does do. It's nice to have different stuff to watch throughout the week. 64 in the like in the live. 65, guys, please smash that like. So a few things I want to talk about. One is not quite related, but essentially this channel is also to do with my personal life, so I do want to jump into that as well. Eden Koi Pond, hello. Peter Martin, hello. I do want to jump into that. I've had a bit of a crazy week with different people and different reasons. Simon, hello. Yeah, so Scott, appreciate you jumping in. Yeah, so me and Becky are trying to start off with trying to rent a house. mortgage wise, what we can get compared to what we want, it's just too far apart. So we're trying to rent a decent sized house with a lot of land so we can set up the fish, and Becky wants to set up an alpaca business. And we spoke about this before, so we wanted 2 houses this week, both like fairly high rents, more than your normal house, but yeah, essentially, like, it's a long story short, the nice houses, outbuildings, bit of land, whatever, to set up the fish business, the alpaca business, to put our pet shop business there to go online with and stuff like that properly. And we got knocked back on both of them, and so it might just like seem like we started to rent 2 houses and we got knocked back, but they're both in North Wales, and I couldn't help but get the feel it was because it was me on the phone and my accent's really strong. And it was just one of them sort of like, I felt like a low blow, do you know what I mean? Like, as I say, they weren't the cheapest houses. And we were getting asked questions like, you need to earn X amount of money per year. You've got to have this, you've got to have that. And we ticked every single box. And as I say, like, it was a Wally. Yeah, so we ticked every single box, and good evening. I'm still like got knocked back on them, which was just devastating. Honestly, it really was. It was just like we had that art set on this video. I sent Jack one of the videos of the outbuildings. Oh, sorry, art set on the house. I sent Jack a video of the outbuildings. Amazing, cracking. I could have got about 20 pounds there. It's just had this sort of like ran a million miles ahead and then didn't get it. As I say, they're probably well over £500,000 to buy, so we couldn't really get a mortgage on not that much money and stuff like that. And it was just, yeah, as I say, just a bit of a disappointment week. And then obviously we had the dramas from last week, which I'm not going to get into, but a couple of people this week, spoke to you privately and stuff like that about a certain person. Again, bit of a mad week with that, and people feeling like they've been put in a situation which wasn't fair on them and stuff like that. So that was a bit of a harsh one. And to be honest, I had every intention tonight of just absolutely obliterating someone publicly. But for me, better nature, for the nice guy I am, I just thought I'm not going to do that. I didn't think it was right to do that, but I did have every intention of. So moved to South Wales. Honestly, Seska, we seen the nicest house. It was like 5 bedrooms, massive gardens, acres and acres of land, paddocks, everything. I think it was something daft like £1,200 a month or something like that. And in Liverpool, you can't even rent a 4-bedroom with a decent sized garden in the main part of Liverpool for that same money. It was crazy. There was one in Exeter as well, which I love Devon as well. We won't get into that. And I think that was like £900, like £1,000 or something like that. And it was huge. Like, there was a barn and everything. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, so what we're looking for, you just, unless you're willing to pay 3, 4, 5 grand a month, you're just not getting them big houses. South Wales as well, too far. It's my little sidekick that. But yeah, so there's a few things I want to talk about. One of the main points I wanted to get into tonight is about the way we all learn. I think that's an important one. So we have people who learn textbooks, they learn, education-wise. I don't know the correct words. I'm not very educated. So they learn in a different way to me. Say, I'm a hands-on person. I'm the person who will cut a piece of wood 3 times to learn that it was the wrong miter joint that I was trying to cut. That's how I learn. Now, someone could tell me that's not right, but that's what I do. So again, when people comment on other people's channels, and even people on WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever it is, and they're asking for these advice, and then people are just like, no, you've got to do it like that. Personally, I don't do anything how people want you to do it, and it's not because I'm like, I don't do. It was in mould. See that, Keith? It was lovely house. So yeah, personally, I just do it how I do it. Do you know what I mean? I'm the type of guy who'll mess up 3 times, look at that big sleeper bomb with the bow in it. That's me. Do you know what I mean? I will learn eventually. I'll learn the hardest way. I always learn the hardest way, but I do get there eventually. And I started looking at stuff. I love history. I'm obsessed with history, and I started looking at like the Greeks and the Romans. So the Greeks were very educated. They educated themselves. They learned a lot. So they knew a lot about maths, algebra, stuff like that. They could plan better than any other group of people in history. Their knowledge was amazing on paper. But the Romans have built stuff to last hundreds of years, but they were not educated in the same way. They didn't have that same intellect. And it's just, that's sort of what I'm trying to get to. So the Greeks would plan stuff out. So if they were going to build a bridge, say, they would plan that bridge to a fine art, and it would be pen to paper, amazing. That would work, not physically pen to paper. You know what I'm saying? That's how it would work. They do it right, but they never built a steady bridge. Their bridges were always failures. This is a fact in history. I've researched this. Their bridges were letdowns, whereas the Romans built bridges that lasted hundreds of years through trial and error. They built one, it didn't work. They built it a different way. They added stuff, they took stuff away. They made it work through trial and error. That's how I learn. That's how I choose to learn. Other people won't learn in that same way, which is fine. Do you know what I mean? We all learn different ways. But don't be sorry, mate. Not late. Party's only just begun. Yeah, and I just thought I'm going to bring it up because I think there's relevance there. I see a lot of stuff as well, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, people putting other people down, people saying you have to do things a certain way. We don't live in a box. You know what I mean? We just don't have to do things the way other people want us to do it. And I think the Greeks and the Romans are a great, I probably haven't explained it very well, but I think they're a great. No, Michael Owen didn't want me as a neighbour. I wouldn't want me as a neighbour, to be honest. But no, yeah, I was devastated over that house, to be honest. So was Becky. Like we just planned it out. You know what I mean? Like there was these 3 outbuildings, and one was going to be an office, one was going to be the shop, the online version of the shop, and then there was one with a kitchen and a bathroom outside, which was going to be like a public one to do the fish. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, how can anyone vote for Boris Johnson, Dean? I'm totally agreeing with you, mate. You know what I mean? Like, the man's an absolute sausage. But let's not get into politics. Again, song, Jamie Webster. Jamie Webster, cracking Liverpool singer. Does some cracking songs, a lot of it politics based. And he talks about Boris Johnson in one of them. But yeah, so anyway, getting back to what I was saying, so my point is it's not, I'm not like trying to start spouting history. I just thought there was a relevance there with the Greeks and the Romans, the fact that just one person with the educational knowledge, using pen to paper, using maths, their structures didn't work in the same way as the person who learned by trial and error. And that's not to say it wouldn't have worked eventually, and that's not to say someone now who plans it out to perfection won't succeed. Of course they will. But there's always different ways of learning. We all learn in different ways. We shouldn't hinder other people for it. Should do our own thing. Do you know what I mean? I think that's important for I think it's important for everyone to just start to kind of get along and understand we're all different. I never ever see myself sat in front of a camera talking to 80 people. Honestly, like that a year ago would have been like not a chance. I was too set in my ways to do it, to be honest. The hypocrisy thing that I was talking about was on the beginning of the video, and I think I'm going to swing back around to it. It's that we as a YouTube community are asking people to like our posts, subscribe, share, leave positive comments, blah blah blah, and then some of them same people are not doing what they're asking other people to do. And I just thought there is hypocrisy there. Hypocrites, can't stand hypocrites. You know, I am definitely face value. Take me as you see me. Don't like me, sad. Do like me, cool. But either way, I'm not overly concerned. But I did think that there's certain people that need to either wind the neck in or start being nice. It's nice to be nice. So the other thing is, and I think this all makes sense and this all relates. I'm not sure what you're doing. Let me know in the comments. Drop it down. Am I just baffling or what? But I definitely feel like I'd rather be the guy who does something rather than the guy who read about it. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'd rather be the person who started to create history than the person who reads about history. Do you know what I mean? So, like, building the ponds, the stuff like that. You don't need the biggest budget. You don't need out and out amazing knowledge. We've got YouTube. Like, what more do you need than YouTube? And I think it's something that we all need to, well, not me personally, because I just do it. I just jump in and probably go too far the other way. But some people definitely need to start living a little bit and just letting things naturally go and slide and see how they get on. Do you know what I mean? I'm definitely one of them. Like, I built my first bond, I didn't have a clue. Then I built the second one, which was even worse than the first one because it just didn't have enough stability in it all. Both it stayed together, to be fair, but it did both. Then I built the third one, and if anyone looks back from my videos, that was just a fail, like absolute fail. I built it, and I think it was 3,500 litres or something like that. It was very long and narrow. Built it out of 3x2 and cladded it. Spent days like trying to make it look aesthetically pleasing rather than like being stable, strong, and filled it with water. Fine, do you know what I mean? Nothing. Put the fish in it, sound, everything. So this is like day 2 or something like that. Go out for a few hours, come in, and the water had burst through the cladding, burst through the board, burst through the cladding, and it just looked like the entire pond had a hernia. There was just like a big ball of water sticking out the side of this pond, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because it was only cheap liner. It was like that. The one Dave from Eden Coys just used, it was the same one as that. Which they are strong liners, but if they rip, they tear, they'll rip massively really fast. They won't just be a small hole. So it didn't rip, to be fair to me. But luckily for me, should I say, it didn't rip, but it did burst. And I walked in, and then I think I didn't have a chance to video it because it was just hectic. Get the fish out, drop the water, all that. And then people were just like, "What happened to that pond?" So like, I built it and I took it down the next day or 2 days later, whatever it was. It was a bit of a crazy little 2 days. But again, I learned that like them ponds that you see that are built out to like 4x2 or 6x2 or something like that, they're just so strong. They're built really well. I think I use like 3x2 every 45 centimeters or so. And it definitely wasn't standing up to it. So I think what happened was the board was OSB, which I had second hand. The OSB had burst where the two boards had met at base, because OSB, if you know, it gets wet, it starts like come away, like it's like chipboard, innit? So that had burst out. One of the 3x2s that was only at one screw going from the main frame, like that, through the bottom. That burst out, and then there was just this big bubble of water just sticking out the edge of the pond, which that was terrifying. So anyway, saved the fish, and yeah. So then the sleeper ponds. So then I built the sleeper pond, and again, it was okay. It was all right. It was fine, and then it just slowly started to move and move and move, and it only ever moved probably half an inch or so. But I was thinking, if that's moved slowly and not just rapid, if it would have happened the next day, it would have been okay, Sean. Because it moved slowly, that freaked me out a little bit. So Dino got me some of the what's it called? That metal bar, Unistrut. And then I dropped the water down, moved the line, carved away some of the insulation, got the Unistrut bolted in. And that was that's held its sound now, but you can still slightly see the bow, so that will be coming down in the spring, summer. But as I said, we are looking to move. If anyone's got a farm they want to rent me, drop in the comments. But yeah, so that was that. So yeah, Unistrut, Dean, appreciate that. So yeah, that was that. So that one. Then I built this little one, 2,500 litres, which is fine. There's just not enough pressure on the sleepers because it's only 8 foot long by 5 foot wide. So that's like a solid box. That's okay. But from now on, I am going to be doing my sleepers lying down. I think, and I know people can do them otherwise, but I think from now on, my ponds are all going to have the sleepers lying down. Yeah, it works out like, I think it's nearly triple the amount of sleepers used. But for longevity and stability, that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's have a little look through the comments. Saying, "See, hello, Koyagi, hello." I've got a couple of people that want to shout out. Say, Budget Pond Keeper, go and check his channel out, guys. He's just a nice guy, always commenting, very helpful. go over and check him out. We've also got Cassius Coy. Now, he showed me what he's planning to go and buy this week. It's a lot of stuff, so he's definitely going to be worth a thing, and he's been digging hard as well. He's got big plans for his garden and stuff, so definitely go and have a look at him. And I have got a couple more that I will shout out as we go through. Don't want to hammer you all at once. Yeah, it's I have got a deck of cards. So I was thinking about doing a higher or lower, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I was going to ask people if they wanted to come on live and do the higher or lower to win a prize. I thought, well, I'm just not really sure what the best way to go about it is. I want someone to come on live to do it. I think that's the best way. I know there's someone who wants to come on live, but I'll bring him on live separately. So if there's anyone who wants to come on, let me know. And I'm just not sure what to do with it. I'm thinking, like, should we do like a charity thing? Should we do like every card you get right, we give like some money to charity? What do you think? Because I think like a $5 a card, obviously it'll be me donating the money. I just think like a $5 a card, higher or lower, that'd be a good little thing to do. So let me know in the comments. Does anyone want to come on? Does anyone want to play higher or lower? I know you're Gary. I know I'm going to get you on separate, mate. I think like you wanted to come on, so you can come on. But yeah. So is anyone going to come on and play higher or lower for charity? Every card you get right. Got me jumbo cards, yeah. Got me little homemade wooden thingy my bob down there. Help Huskies. We actually do have a lot to do with 8 Below, the Husky charity. We did like more in the past, but the woman who lives next door to us, she volunteers for 8 Below Husky Rescue. Yeah, so I say 8 Below, it's Husky Rescue, and then you got Reach as well as another Husky Rescue. But we'll do something. If someone wants to come on, they can pick a charity. I think that's the best way to do it. And then we might see if the charity will give us some sort of like recognition for him. Maybe be able to do it regularly. We can pin them on the ball behind us so we can get a little bit of a charity wall. But up to now, I've only had Macmillan or whoever you say it is. Yeah, I think if anyone wants to come on, I know Gary wants to come on. But I say if I've said I will get Gary on separately. If anyone wants to come on to play higher or lower, drop it in. Come on. Let's try and remember how I get. So I'll put the link in there. If anyone wants to come on, play higher or lower, £5 a card for charity. Jump on the link. Come on, let's do it. Literally, you're going to be on the camera for 5 minutes or so. Don't whinge about it. Just get on and do it. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm not doing it dodgy, just shuffling. Get on, Dino. Get on, Dean. Come on. This is a charity, yeah. I can't believe that you aren't willing to come on and like literally 5 minutes on however many cards you get right. That charity get a £5 a card. Do you know what I mean? We can keep this going. So there's 52 cards in the deck, isn't it? What's that? 250, 260 pounds. Does that work out? I think so. Oh yeah, we've got a ball fella in the studio, yeah. Let's bring him in. Yes, lad. What's happening?
What's happening, boyo?
Jack's flexing the merch, yeah. But I'm flexing gold, my boys. The wrong way around the camera.
I
Seen the gold ones?
mugged some dodgy Scouts bloke for it, like when I went up with my pops.
Yeah.
Let's look at that.
The gold MBK on the back.
You know what I mean? Hey, you should hide one of them at the farm, and if someone finds one, I could win something decent.
What are you doing with your golden tickets? Have you started giving them out yet?
Some I have, yeah. Some I've got some sent here, but what I need to do, they're actually in the window the other side. I think I need to cross march off there. Or what I might actually do is if we
It is what it is. They'll know, won't they? Just tell them privately.
Farm date forward if we have to, which I won't know until the 10th of Feb. Then obviously whoever gets the golden ticket can still come down in March. But I think I might have to push it back a little bit. I'm in Poland this weekend. I literally got told you are coming to Poland this weekend. We have got 4 Bassons of the top 1% TOSO saved for you. We want you to do videos on them and stuff because I was explaining to you on was it last night on voice notes?
What, when you were giving me shit because I wouldn't go?
Yeah, because you're a little pussy. With a cosh, as one might say.
Yeah, I've got I'm going to add these 2 in here. And,
oh, look at the shit on his shirt. Oh,
right, Gary, just before we start, can we keep this civil, please? This is a family channel.
Hey, my channel. I've got to be a good boy, and I will be. I don't want Jack to put me in time out.
Yeah, I just no rant, no swearing, no threatening people, and we're good.
As I was saying in my video a couple of weeks ago, new year, new start, new me.
Good on you.
elbows, though, right?
Oh yeah, the elbowless wonder still exists.
Danny, send him a jumper for crying out loud.
We'll see what we can do. I've got my nice, professional piece of decking, a piece of wooden floor with a bit of wood on the back. Scrag, why are you hiding your face, mate?
I've dropped out, I think.
No, you're still here, son. It's just your video.
You've got your hand across the camera.
Yeah, his camera's froze.
Yeah, I'll remove you and then jump back in. Just so I don't get accused of cheating here. I'm trying to do this in front of the camera. I don't know, to be honest. I suppose it doesn't matter if I know what they are, does it? Because I'm not the one saying it.
This is true. This is your way of being like a really crap version of Cilla Black.
No, he's
what's his name, lad?
Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce, yeah. Right. Nice to see you. Nice.
Is Scraggy back in or not? I'll text him now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Koyagi, if you want to send me a jumper with no elbows in it, I will welcome. I will happily wear it.
I swear, you just wear that jumper on. But didn't you burn it, Gary?
No, that was actually the grey one was about ready to fall apart. This is the grey jumper's apprentice. So yes, the elbows are gone.
What you do to ruin all your elbows? Just
where I used to do a lot of our videos, as well as the live shows, sitting in the kitchen, I'm leaning on the worktop and everything, or I'm leaning on the side of the pond out there. I keep wearing the bloody elbows out.
How old is that jumper, lad? Because no matter how old I am at farm, I have never, ever put my elbows through a jumper.
This actual jumper, I think, is about 6 years old.
Scraggy's worked that hard. He took the sleeves off.
Who wants the first one? Then bet a £5 a card for charity, and whoever does it, we can pick that. You can pick the charity as well.
Well, let Scraggy go first.
Go on then.
Oh, you've got to turn the first one over, haven't we?
Jesus Christ,
would help.
Right, we're on a 10. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, lower. Oh, really?
He's buffed.
That's a 10. It's the same. You go again, don't you?
Yeah, forget that. Then you get nothing for that one.
No,
Carry on.
King's higher.
Lower.
Oh, it's for charity.
Kings of 10, man. It only goes to 11. Kings of 10. What did you say,
Higher.
Lower? 5. Nine.
Ooh, lower.
Lad, you made a 10 for charity.
Happy days.
Just
Nice one, Denny.
it's disappointing in you there, Scrag. I thought you would have been better than that, mate.
Cheers.
No, I have got my Scrag mug though behind me, people. This is I am
I love
trying
how
to
you got
encourage him to do a
yours
channel because he doesn't half work hard. Have you got yours?
No, mate.
You haven't got one?
No. Oh,
So
bro.
I've got-
to your channel then, don't it?
I've got you one, Jack.
Because I seen that Lee Hadfield had one as well, Jack. Just saying.
Lee Hadfield had a Scraggy mug as well before me. I'll remember that flower. Ultra out shit, mate.
That filter house's boss. He's done a good job on
It
that.
looks class, doesn't it? Yeah, so for those that don't know, Scraggy's built his own filter house and it looks mint. And I mean, class. My first response to him, Dan, was literally, you're going to have to build me an office now at the farm, don't you?
So get down here, start building. And you've been doing in the pitch black as well, haven't you?
Yeah, torchlight.
Imagine how good it'd look if you built it in daylight.
I know.
Nah, mate. Credit where it's due.
Thanks.
When's the next big build out on it then, mate?
When's the what, sorry?
When's the next big build cracking on?
Spring. I'm gonna start building.
Hang on.
I'll be honest, I've just seen all them and they're pretty much in suit, so that's not fair.
You can't even shuffle cards, right, mate, can you?
No, mate, the massive though, look. My little tiny hands are the same size.
You know what to say about small hands, don't you, mate?
Yeah, big socks.
Small gloves. John Dunn says, "Where's my mug, Scrag?"
See, you
I've got
started
some-
some of these mugs now.
I know.
Oh, mate, you'll get all the abuse now for mugs. All the abuse. Ian Endress says, "You know how to push a barra."
Ian as well. Wow, that man can work. He was putting me to shame. It's Perry as well, you and Ian. My lungs were burning on Saturday. It was so cold at that farm.
Oh, it
Eden
was.
keep on saying Kaz is a giver. Oh, definitely she's a giver, especially when I spend too much money. She gives me plenty of beatings.
For anyone who's jumped on, we're going to do higher or lower for charity. We just done it. Scrag in charity. Scrag in a charity channel. We haven't decided who's getting it yet. Koyagi wants it to be the Husky Rescue. We do have something to do with the dog shop. We have something to do with 8 Below, the Husky Rescue. So everyone's happy. We can go with that. Right, go on, Gary. 5.
Higher.
Why do you have your camera offset?
It's just where I decided to put it.
Just looks a bit ignorant. You bust.
Ah, bugger.
Go on. Lad, I feel like this is a little bit my shop for folk of them cards aren't shuffled, right? Know what I mean?
I'll say higher again.
Higher than a
Higher.
4. If this is a 3 club, the definitely. Jeez.
Oh,
my
my
God,
God.
mate.
I don't think we're on for a winner yet. Just not
Oh,
shuffled.
my Lord.
I've been shuffling them
Oh,
for
my
ages as well. We'll go back to that in a minute. I'll carry on shuffling.
Oh, my
Every
Lord.
time this is my 3rd live now, yeah, and not one of them's gone smooth. I'm just gonna say, like,
Doing all right.
That's show.
Doing well, boy.
Oh.
oh, I'm chill. I'm just saying, the lives is a mess. They just don't work.
the benefit
I'm gonna carry on shuffling and I'm gonna move this now. We can go back to that. Up to now with I'm donating a tenner.
I think Becky should be turning the cards anyway.
There's no
You need an
need.
assistant.
I've created this little space in the side of the conservatory. I've got about 45 centimeters to get my ass behind. It's just it's like an illusion. This it's like a set on a film studio because the rest of it there's a weight bench, tools. It's just like chaos in here apart from the little area.
Where's the casting coach?
The what?
Where's the casting coach?
The weight bench about it. But I have plans as well for that house. You know that house. Just you seen the outbuildings, didn't you? I sent you the video, yeah.
Good. Did look good.
Like I have plans. You know, I was gonna make a full-on studio.
No, it will be good to be fair.
Well, it was a nice house, but I definitely feel everyone's Scousers.
Scousist? Is that the new term? Is it?
Scousers, yeah.
Koyaki's saying Gary Tudor take the dance. Seriously, Koyagi wants to see me dance.
Nobody wants to see that, mate. I'll pay you a $5 not to dance.
I've got a big enough belly to do a belly dance. Jack.
You keep that underneath that elbowless jumper, Flower.
That could be a way to earn some money for charity. Pay Gary not to dance. Poor bit, it's going to end up being 52 card pickup. I can't shuffle, mate. I've never been able to shuffle.
What's the weather like down by you, Scrag?
It's thawing out. It's still cold, but it's thawing out now. At least you can see the greenery now.
Oh, bang on. I'm going to bring it back down the farm on Sunday because it's give out decent now over the next 10 days or so. I say decent, like 8-9 degrees.
Yeah. On to the second pond then.
There's another 4 courses got to go up on top because I need to go 1.2 meters from the outside of the pond, not the inside.
Yeah.
It was only when I went up in daylight that I looked in and thought, that's not 7,500 gallons. And then I realised I got my measurements the wrong way around. Luckily enough, it's just the height bit that I got the wrong way around.
Yeah.
It's 1.3.
What is the pond then, Jack? What is the pond then, litres?
It'll be... Well, it's 7,500 gallons. It'll be about 40.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said it's not now. I thought you said you got your measurements wrong.
No. So if I finished it as it is now, without going the 4 bricks above, then the measurements will be off. I need to put another 4 courses on because that'll bring me up. That will another. What's that? 2, 4, 6, 8. Another 840 mil. That'll bring me up. So then it will be about 7,400 and something gallon, plus 2 4-inch pipe works, plus the big filter that's going on there. It'll take me close to that. Well, I say close, just over that 7,500 gallon limit.
Kofi saying -6 tonight. I hate this cold weather. You know, it terrifies me with the big fish. The small ones are heated, but the big ones just in them elements.
It's your smaller ones in the cold weather you've got to watch.
I know, you know, when you go out and they're all huddled together, it's just not nice, is it?
No, I know what you mean.
Is what your fault as well, Ollie, that the pond's wasn't measured right?
Just to answer Koyagi, I will do a truffle shuffle.
No, you won't.
If Kopi lends me his mankini.
No, Gary, no, really.
You disgust me. Seaber's Pond says 7,500 gallons is 34,000 litres. So yeah, 34, not 43.
That's some serious water.
I've got concrete burnt all over my lips I have from the weekend. It's killing me.
What the hell are you doing eating concrete?
Is that what that is? I've had the worst chapped lips. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's where the concrete where your lips are damp and as we tip in the concrete bags in and it's coming back out. That's what it is.
Makes sense. Oh,
PPE at the window.
Gary,
safety, what's that?
5 mils now.
Yeah, you're not meant to eat concrete, Jack.
Huh?
You're not meant to eat concrete.
I did open a bag with my teeth.
All these no's are to do with you, Gary.
Sorry? Oh, yeah.
For you,
Oh, yeah,
dancing on Mankini. Or a shuffle shuffle.
Yeah, John Dunn said it's lime burn from the powder and the cement.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, what's your plan since, Greg? Tell us about your plan, mate.
So I built that. I got a Nexus, a second-hand Nexus. I had it delivered from Brighton. So I built that filter house ready for the spring, and then I'm just coming out I'm only 2 foot in the ground, and I'm coming out another meter out the ground, and blocking it all the way around. And then I don't know whether it's a fiberglass or liner at the moment. I'll have to see once it's built.
Yeah, like obviously, I think everyone would agree with the fiberglass, especially if you're confident to have a go yourself.
Yeah, it's just the mixing of the resin and that I'm a bit. I'm watching people say, "Oh, if it goes off, you've got to start again and waste." And
yeah, I can, like I say, we'll come over and we'll do it as a crew. I can, depending on what the temperatures and that, I can let you know what your mix strength needs to be for workable time and stuff like that. And as a general rule, when you're putting your first coat on and that, you can literally feel it going. Like if you feel it going off, it's just common sense. Like don't mix a 25-litre drum in one go, expecting to slap that all on. Just mix it in literally 5-litre batches. It'll take you a little bit longer, but you've got more time then to be able to get it on, work it into the fibres and stuff like that. And as long as you sort of take your time / go at a normal speed. And what I mean by take your time, go at a normal speed is obviously don't rush it, but just literally put it on as if you're pacing a wall. Do you know what I mean? Like, and once you've got the knack on the roller, you hear the sound change on the fiberglass when it's all clumped in. Do you know what I mean? Like when you really push that resin into the actual matting itself. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Believe you me, because I am an idiot.
Yeah.
You were supposed to say no. You're not there, mate.
I got some fiberglass. I'm gonna go build my little tank. We have about 700 litres. Surely just because I want a fiberglass. I've fiberglassed a 3-wheel van in the past, only a panel, but I've used fiberglass. But I want to have a go making a little pond with the intention of making big forever ponds of it. Eventually, just get used to using it and have a little go and play around. And worst case doesn't work, no harm done.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not no builder or no chippy, but I'll have a go at anything. But as I say, it's just the fear of wasting all that fiberglass if it goes wrong.
Wouldn't you do a grow on first? 1,000 litres, a couple of 1,000 litres, or whatever, and just a lot less material wasted then?
I'm going all in.
Do it, lad. Risky for the biscuit.
See, because I'm not a koi tuber. I've obviously got a YouTube channel that I've had for probably 11 years, 12 years. But obviously, just to get around the circuit and that, I just use that same YouTube login, if you like.
I think more and more you're going to start uploading more videos, hopefully, anyway. You do a lot of stuff, and I definitely feel like people would like to see it.
Yeah.
100%. I'd advise anybody to do YouTube. Honestly, I love it. I do. Like the people that we've met. I mean, everyone on this live stream now, I wouldn't have met if it weren't for YouTube. And in the comments.
I literally, the first time I come over to you, Becky was like, "You're not going to go over to him, are you?" Like, she was just like, yeah. Like, I was going to go over to a celebrity. She's like, "You're not going to walk over and say hello, are you?"
Celebrity ever.
What?
Do not ever refer to me as a celebrity. I hate that word.
She was literally like, "You're not going to walk over there." I said, "I'm walking over and I'm going to introduce myself." And she was proper cringe.
I think the best one with you, Jack, is the way your boy always goes, "Oh my God, look, it's a balding reefer."
Brilliant. Brilliant. He hasn't done that for a while, not that I've heard.
No, not yet.
Do you remember the Bill?
As in the TV program, the Bill?
Yeah. And do you remember Mickey Webb?
Mickey Webb. Nah.
I loved the Bill. He was like the young one who used to wear his own clothes. Well, he was.
He
at our
looks like
shop
you,
one
didn't
day.
he? You look
Oh,
like
sorry.
Mickey Webb, didn't you?
You see Mickey Webb? I've got him up now, yeah.
So he walked in our shop one day, and I was literally like, "I can take a picture." And she was just like, "No, don't." And I literally picked up my French bulldog and said, "Oh, this dog to take a picture, mate." And just like made him hold me dog while I took a picture of him in my shop. He was just like, he's not even a celebrity, he was on the bill.
Hey, the bill was class back in the day.
I loved the bill, lad. I loved it. Don't know why. They didn't love me. But yeah, that guy from the bill, remember? Oh yeah, he's a racist in Coronation Street now, I think, isn't he?
He didn't quite comment.
I was starstruck. Well, money. The best skit would be for you to do that.
I can actually say I've had a YouTube celebrity here twice.
Who?
Him.
Oh,
Oh,
Jack.
bald now.
I am not a celebrity. Or from a goddamn celebrity. I'm just some fat bloke in a camera.
Not only has he visited our
Look at
place
Peter
twice,
Kay, lad.
not only has he visited us twice, he's actually stayed here.
I bet your kids slept well last night, didn't they, Jack?
Huh?
Bet your kids slept well last night, didn't they, after shifting all them logs?
Literally, the boys walked in, come in the kitchen, and the pair of them looked at me and went, "Well," and I went, "What's the matter?" They went, "It's time to pay." Like, for sake. It's like, there's 20 quid for you. There's 20 quid for you. And the April's like, "It's £20 a day, lads." They were like, "Oh yeah, we were here yesterday as well." But bless her, no, the pair of them, to be fair, they Jackson kept getting distracted by this rabbit hole when he was supposed to be moving up the pieces of wood.
Yeah.
Trundles over to me, he's like, "I'm getting a rabbit." I was like, yeah, whatever. Just thought nothing of it. And then he comes home, and his brother concocted this little thing upstairs that they're now saving up the money to get themselves a rabbit hutch, a rabbit, and that's what they want to buy with the wages. So I was like, "You earn it, and you can go ahead and buy yourself a rabbit, boys."
And rabbits are quite easy, aren't they? Like, we've got our rabbit in the garden. We used to have two, but the female humped the male to death.
Wow.
Like, literally, just for about a week straight, just wouldn't leave him alone, kept separating them, and she just kept, like, going at him, and then he died. So, yeah,
What a way to go.
She didn't physically hump him to death. I think she just terrorised him, to be honest. But I think because he was done and she wasn't, obviously only one being done, she'd like got to a time in life where she wanted babies and he couldn't do it, so she started humping him.
Mm-hmm.
For about a week straight, she just terrorised him. It's horrible.
Sebas has just put, "I think we always remember our first time meeting Jack." I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, mate, he's a beast. To be fair, the kids have got some proper strength in them. Like, it's mad.
Them blocks
Like,
are heavy. Like, blocks aren't nice. And they rip your hands as well. The material of them, they're not nice to grab, are they? They do like, ruin you.
I reckon Colton must have moved across 20, 25 blocks all day.
Oh, them logs on the video, them logs, they were heavy as well. They had a couple of weight in them.
I said
And
to
they
him,
had
"Look,
screws sticking out of them all over them."
they were going mad on Sunday for something to do. They wanted lay cement and that, and obviously we were just flying through getting it blocked up. I said, "I'll tell you what, boys, you can lay some cement once you've moved the wood off the car park," and I meant the 4x2 wood. So obviously they was like, "All right, Daddy, no worries." Ran off. 10 minutes later, all I heard was this grunting. And I mean, it sounded like a bloody warthog, man. A pair of them grunting with this log over their shoulders. I was like, "Lads, what are you doing? You said move the wood, then we can lay cement." So I thought, you know what? Crack on, lads. I was like, "Yeah, good, lads. Just double checking."
They were 8 foot tree trunks. They were heavy. Do you know what I mean? Like, He had way too.
That's hard grafting mud as well. Walking in that mud up that hill, that's hard graft.
Do you know what I mean? You should have seen him everywhere. Ian Endress says Danny lifted 26 blocks all day.
I lifted what?
Were they the lightweight?
Beast.
Were they the lightweight?
Were
they the lightweight?
What? Sorry, Gary.
Were they the lightweight blocks, Jack, or the big, thick, heavy ones?
7 Newton blocks.
Heavy.
Concrete.
Yeah, solid, some proper solid concrete.
Yeah.
We were only lifting 2, and the kids were lifting 1.
Literally. Little
yeah.
beasts.
So what's your plans this year, Gary? What have you got going on at home in homes, houses, and whatever else, flying things?
Well, what
What's
are
it
you
doing?
laughing at, Baldy?
Just about what you're going to change your channel name to next week.
That is going to stay as it is now. I know we got to do.
Can't you just call it like Kaz and Gary or Gary and Kaz, just so we can remember it and just like keep it nice and simple?
Kaz and Gaz.
My
Kaz
brain
and
don't
Gaz
work that way.
things.
It's not simple. It's not technically simple. Well, it is simple, but yeah, I know we got to redo a few things in the garden this year to accommodate for that bloody thing sitting in front of me. With the pond side of it, as I mentioned on the video that we put out today, I'm going to be changing my approach. I'm going to be doing the same as what a few friends of mine do, rather than worried about water tests and scrape tests and everything. I'm just going to do 3 simple things this year: feed the fish, clean the filters, water top ups when it's needed, and that is it.
Nice.
Sounds like some interesting content coming up then.
Yeah, me pond's destroyed and I've killed all my fish. But yeah, a lot of us over the course of time have said about keep it simple. The simplest is the best way, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am slowing my Easy Pod down from the once an hour turnover to once every hour and a half, because I do wonder, do we actually do too much to our ponds? Do we interfere with the ponds and the fish too much? So, you know, the way I run my ponds normally, I am wondering, barring the huge bacterial issue I had last year, whether interfering in our ponds the way we do, if we cause more problems than what we're solving, so to speak.
I personally don't like interfering in the pond. I don't like netting the fish unnecessarily. I don't like doing anything apart from cleaning the filters. Generally, I just think netting the fish on a weekly basis and getting involved all the time, I don't see the point in it, to be honest. I think you're only causing stress.
Yeah.
There is no bag.
Say clean the filters every week. Done an Easy Pod clean on both Easy Pods this morning. The one that's unheated, the water, even coming out after the 2 20-minute bubbles, it's crystal clear. Obviously, the one that's getting food and it's heated, there's dirt in that one.
Parasites wise, the worst we found in our big pond here behind me last year was 2 fluke, and that's it. 2021 seemed to be everyone got hit by parasites. You know, it cost you a trick, chilling and that, everything. Whereas last year it was everyone seems to be having luck of not getting parasites, but having God knows what bacterial issues. You know what Skeggy went through last year with his pond, where he thought there was a potential what's that one? KHV.
Gary, I don't even think you realise that you do it, do you?
What?
Just mention. Like, I just don't even think you realise that you do it. I had Sick and Chillidanella. I have both of them in mind this year. I managed to clear them up after about a week or so. The grapes after a week come back clear. Definitely, I'm not an expert, but Becky, luckily for me, was working as a vet nurse for years. So on the microscope, she definitely knows what she's doing. So then that she taught me, but still, I still let her do it mainly because she definitely knows what she's doing compared to me. She spent like a good 40 minutes looking on some of them slides before she found some stuff, and I definitely feel that's a thing that only through her teaching me, I wouldn't have given it that time to search through slides that had nothing on them apart from one little tiny, very slow moving black dot. which I feel like the only, as I say, only that she showed me how to use the microscope and spent the time, say 40 minutes or whatever it was, looking at one slide before she found anything. One slide had 2 or 3 things on it, which was dead easy to find, but one slide was nearly impossible to see anything on, and she found it because she put the time into it. And it's one of the things, I think people probably just look under the microscope 5 minutes and go, yeah, there's nothing there.
You can be a fine art, to be fair, learning how to use a microscope properly. And it is just down to trial and error. I think a lot of people as well that I see online will just do a scrape just by scraping down the side of the fish. But they won't take it from the key areas, the top of the head, the side of the fish, underneath, and then a little bit beyond the back of the dorsal fin as well. So you're getting a bit of a mucus scrape from everywhere. Because that one slide that you're taking off the side of the fish, you might not find anything there, but you may find it on other parts of the fish as well. So also doing a detailed scrape as well is always a big help when it comes to scraping fish properly.
But she explained it to me. So when she worked in the vet, the same dog was coming back in every week or 2 weeks, whatever it was, with a skin infection, and all the vets there were scraping and couldn't find nothing. And she said she spent an hour and a half looking on one of the slides one day and found the problem, what it was. But all the vets, the qualified people there, didn't give it the time, more than 10 minutes, to have a quick look, and didn't find the problem. And she put a good hour and a half's work into checking properly, going in on every zoom and stuff, and found the problem, which this dog had been suffering with for months. So yeah, that's a dog and fish, but the principle's still there. There can be stuff, there can be problems that are just not as easy to spot on a quick check.
No, that's it.
So what about your home pond, Jack? I know you said you're going to start working on that. Have you started working on that? Not going to rob your content. But...
Yeah, so the outside pond's going to have to wait. So obviously I know on the live stream I did last Thursday, I mentioned about the pond that I've got downstairs, and obviously I was doing that little pond challenge to get it sort of converted over for under 800 quid. I've pretty much got all the bits I need to do for that now. I just need to do the video on my personal fish, but I bought myself a new camera the other day, so I need to set that up later on tonight. I bought like a proper, it's like the Sony ZV-1 thing. Had a bit of a dealie on it where you get the camera and like the handstand thing for it. It's like a gimbal thing. So I want to give that a proper whirl downstairs on that. But I've pretty much got everything for it now. I want to use that new camera to vlog my personal fish, because a lot of people have been asking, oh, why do you keep Japanese fish? Do you keep just Polish fish? And I'll have a little guessing game on the video, see if you can tell which ones are Japanese and which ones are Polish. So it'd be interesting to see people's opinions on them, to see if they can tell which ones are Japanese and which ones are Polish, because I think it'll surprise quite a few. But once I've done that, I then want to fiberglass that pond downstairs, and that's probably going to be my personal pond for this year, because my pond out here, I want to do it a little bit different. So it's going to be 2 ponds into one. So it's going to be bottom drain fed off the very bottom through my filter house. Then it's going to return into a toe side pond. And then there's going to be a big, huge blade overflow filter that's then going to return down into the Nisai pond underneath. So it's sort of like the grow on and the main show pond in one. But the way I want to build it and construct it, it's going to be an alternative building method as opposed to blockwork.
So it's going to be one filter system with 2 ponds essentially. So is it like if you had a big swimming pool, small swimming pool, like kids and adults, that sort of?
Yeah. So if you imagine and then you're going to have another pond that sort of sits above it. So this pond here will be the toe side pond, and then the blade will all fall over the top and then come down into the bottom pond. We were on holiday in Spain this year, sort of October, November time, and they had a really nice sort of indoor show pond with no fishing. It was just like a giant water feature, basically. And that's where I got the inspiration from to be able to do it. So I think that's going to be pretty cool to be able to do it that way. So yeah, I want to incorporate a three-sided window on the toe side pond, going over into the Nisai pond at the bottom. So it's something I want to put quite a bit of time and effort into, to be able to get done and done right. I want it to be like completely different to what's been seen online before.
Nice. I like that idea of being different. It's too easy to fit into that gap, isn't it? Just stay in that bubble.
It's what I mean. So moving the ponds down the farm. I mean, Geordie, he's laid like 360, 380 blocks this weekend. Do you know what I mean? And done it within 2 days. This pond out here, that'd be done in a weekend. Do you know what I mean? And it's just connecting up the pipework, connecting up the filters. You see the same thing all the time. That's why I want to try to do something a little bit different with the toe side growing into the this side pond and stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to put together.
Nice. I've got this sort of vision. It's everyone's got their own thing, haven't they? So obviously mine's going to be slightly commercial, but it's not going to be a farm the way in the sense that yours is. But I want like 10 uniform ponds. I want every pond to be identical. Like 10 of them next to each other. I just think that'd look amazing.
Yeah.
So I picture them sort of like 20 foot by 10 foot, so they're sort of long and slightly narrow. Every one of them same filters and windows at the front, and everyone to look exactly the same. Surely just because, you know, I'm probably a little bit OCD and I want it to look exactly the same. But so we've all got our own visions, haven't we, for where we want it to go and what we want things to look like.
Is there no outbuildings that you can rent where you've got your lake, Danny?
So the problem with the lake is the lake on the land it's set on is perfect, but the access is near impossible. So the roads fell away. So the gap in the narrowest part is probably around 5 foot, which means that it can't be rebuilt because the way the water board have done it's like a gully either side of the road. So when I say it can't be rebuilt, it probably can't be rebuilt for unless you're paying the water board a hell of a lot of money to do it. So yeah, there's a bit of a problem. Some of the land it's on is green belt, some land's not green belt because it's segregated into 2 parts. So I think it's 9 acres on the lake side and then it's 4 acres on the other side. So yeah, it's just unfortunately it can never be a proper commercial business because you'd have to come across the greenbelt land to get to the rural land and stuff like that. And I just don't think you're ever going to get the full permission the way I'd like to be able to, the way I believed I would when I very first went for it. I hoped I'd be able to put big outbuildings on it and move the shop there and do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, after a bit of research, we realised that only the side which is across the 9 acres, which is the 9 acres, the green belts going onto the rural, it's like rural, I think that's the word. It's like the farmland. You'd have to cross the 9 acres, so then that means you've got cars driving across the 9 acres to get to the other side, and I just don't think we'd ever get permission to do it, to be honest.
No. When you harvesting that?
Hopefully around March, April. Obviously, I'm relying totally on the bald fellas' knowledge here because I'm going to supply a quad to get across the field and a few paddling pools and a generator. And I think that's where I'm out.
Oh, bang. Like I say, I think this year I've harvested over 35, 40 mud ponds. So getting a dab hand at it now, to be fair. And once you've got the basics of it, like it is very, very simple to do. It looks a lot more complex than it does. I mean, the hardest thing is just keeping your tightrope across the bottom of the floor really taut, whilst the top of it's really loose, so you can create that sort of like bow section. But I mean, Jos and Merv and the Ukrainians and the Polish lads and lasses, they never get them all in one go. It's virtually impossible. And you'll never truly net your pond out completely unless you drain it right down, which obviously you're going to have to drain out a good 90% of that water that's in there anyway. Yeah. So it
right now, with the rainwater, it's we think the highest part around 11 feet high. Which we were just having no control over. We just can't do nothing with it. It was only 3 foot, if people remember back when we very first put the fish in, and it just grew up and up the bank. It's going out the overflow pipe and still staying the height. So I just honestly don't know what to do with it. But we did see fish about a week or so ago when the weather warmed up. A school of a few hundred fish come up to them. When I say we, I wasn't there. The guy who looked after the lake for me sent me a picture. A few hundred fish had come up to get a bit of wheat germ, which was nice to see that there's still fish in there, to be honest, because I definitely had the fear that it was just going to be an empty pond essentially. And we're estimating, so we estimated there was around 5 million litres of water. We think there's probably close to double that now in there. That was sheerly just a pond calculator estimating, so we reckon it's probably 10 million litres of water sheerly because the height of it.
Where are you planning on buying all this water, mate?
So that road I said about, the water board, I've got a natural soak away. So what we're going to do about 3 weeks before harvest, we're going to set up a 20,000 litre pump 24 hours a day and see if it can handle it.
Nowhere near enough.
Well, you see, the problem is, if I go and set up a sump that can move at hundreds of thousand litres an hour, we're going to flood the motorway. Yeah. I can't pump that much water because the motorway is going to end up as a swimming pool. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to slowly drain it down over weeks rather than hammer it over days.
Well, 20,000 litres an hour.
So work this out. So
exactly what I'm about to do now, because I think you've got about 3 months. 480,000 litres a day. So it's 1 million every 2 days. So it's 3.5 every week. I was flying 3 weeks, you'll be down 2 foot.
And I thought just to do my filter cleans over a yearly period was a lot of water.
But then we've got to try and fill the thing back up. We've only got a nose pipe.
Cashy's asking if you've got an island in there, Danny.
There is an island. So the plan with the island is we're going to scare the fish off and net the island either side. So then we're essentially making it like a C shape rather than round the island. As Jack said, we're not going to get every single fish out of there, but my plan is the best 500 to 1,000 are going to go back in for another month or a couple of months, get them a bit of exercise on, so they can hopefully all get scooped up in the next harvest before hopefully the new babies, the fry, go in for the following year. I'm thinking about maybe getting some new fry from Jack and growing them on in ponds to get a bit more size on them, so when they go in the lake they've got a bit of better chance throughout the winter. Not sure what to do yet.
Typically, like I say, you'd take your top 1% off and you bring those indoors. Go through and grade for your calls, deformities and stuff like that, and then everything else goes back out onto the pond. But yeah, I think you definitely need to set some auto feeders up this year and stuff like that. So
the auto feeder, that all pond solution one, we were putting in 2 kilo a day, and that was holding 6 kilo, so it was only needing filling up twice a week.
Yeah,
which wasn't bad, to be fair. I think obviously this year this spring we're going to be putting more than 2 kilo a day in because we're going to have some bigger fish in there. But we don't like the 5-minute rule sort of. We sprayed out. We set the auto feeders. I think they were on. I think it was 10-second feeds, something like that. 9-10 second feeds. So we give it like 5 minutes to see what food was left. Night, mate. It's 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, the food was gone, and that was how we were judging it on how long the sprinkles of food should be.
Danny,
from Eden. Sorry, Gary.
Go on, Craig.
Dave from Eden's asking what's feeding the lake, water-wise, Danny.
The council or whoever we pay the water board. So we've got a council pop on the tap going in on a hose pipe. We've got I think it's 400 or 500 foot of hose pipe running from the neighbour's house. And I'll be honest, it's probably questionable, but essentially it's a pond, so you're allowed to fill up your pond, and we're filling up the pond. So we had the hose pipe on for 12 hours every night for 2 months, something like that. So I think the water board thought there was a major underground leak. But yeah, that's all we've got. We've just got a normal hose pipe running 12 hours a night to fill up the pond. It was putting probably 1/2 inch a day on the height of the pond, which in the middle of summer we'd probably lose that to evaporation. So it was just a constant cycle of getting that water back up. But But I think the fish done well in 3 foot of water, to be honest. I think when it was a 3 foot, they all seem to be thriving. So as long as we can keep it to 3-4 foot, I'm happy with that.
So was the fish in there before, was there?
No, so what happened was it was a big plan to turn it into a fishery. And then so they got permissions, they dug out the first lake, whatever they done, and then COVID it. And obviously the whole world stopped, didn't it, when COVID hit? And I think the budget or the money set aside to make this lake just wasn't no more. So then this one lake just got left dormant for 2-3 years, whatever it was. And then, yeah, I rented it. So I put the very first fish in there. Never been a fish in there before. So that was a bit of a, again, scary one because we done a normal test kit with a Colombo test. But didn't have a clue. There could have been anything in that water as far as I knew. So we put a bag of fish in there. I think it was about 200-300 fish. And they were fine. They done well. So then I think we put 8,000 in, then we put another 12,000 in. What the estimated, so there's somewhere between 20 and 25,000, give or take. I say there's 22,000 just for argument's sake.
Right, I'm gonna have to dip off, lads, because my MacBook is imminently about to die, and the kids
No worries, we haven't got too much longer on. Appreciate you coming on, Jack.
On the comment section, like.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Catch you later, Shaggy.
See you later, brothers.
Yeah, say we'll probably give it another 10-15 and then we'll start to wrap it up. But been a bit of a different one tonight, to be honest. I didn't really have a massive topic conversation to jump in like I have 2 previous weeks, but I appreciate everyone jumping on. We'll work on doing the higher or lower a different week and try and get.
I was just wondering. I thought you were going to carry that on. I think you decided to give up.
We'll have another go if you want, but I don't think the cards.
Yeah, we'll have another go. I can't do any worse than what I did earlier, can I?
No, I don't think the cards are. It's a brand new deck. You see these jumbo playing cards, so I don't think it's really fair, to be honest. But
I can't see me doing any worse than I did earlier. But then again, I won't hold too much hope on that.
The problem is there's a couple of them which obviously we've found out that they're in suit. So when you're hitting one, you're automatically hitting the other. So we're on a 7.
Can we do what they do on playing cards, right, and change that first card? I'll go for change the card. Oh my lord, that's even.
You've got a 6.
Oh, what?
We'll give you one more chance.
Go on then.
See what I'm saying about the suit? You're on a 5 now.
Oh,
not shuffled properly, mate. But go on, let's have a go anyway.
Right, okay.
We're at a 10 already.
You watch. I'll probably get this wrong like earlier, so I'll go the way as I did earlier. Go lower.
Let's see what you're going lower. Nice.
Danny, somebody's saying use talcum powder on the cards.
Oh.
Probably one for next week.
Definitely one for next week. I'm not knock out. You're on an 8, Gary. Absolutely.
This is a repeat of earlier.
Well, this for charity. Let's set this up again. There's 2 stuff together. As I say, I'm seeing the cards, but it doesn't matter because
9. Ooh.
9. Right. Let's see what the comments are saying. Is there anyone in the comments who's going to help Gary because he's failed this twice now?
Yeah, I've failed this twice. Come on, guys.
Remember, every card you get right is £5 for charity. So
come on, guys. What do you reckon? Higher or lower?
Cashy's gone lower. Catherine's gone lower.
Kit Kat's gone lower. Cashy's gone lower. Keeping it coy's lower. Caroline says higher.
Martin's koi pond lower. Matt Bailey lower. Looks like the majority's lower.
Go with the majority.
Yeah.
But you're not going with your wife.
Oh fuck no. Oh.
You should.
I thought you was doing well. I thought you was doing well, Gary. You've done well all night.
Oh. Right, okay, lower from now.
Lower. You can't
lower
really
from
get
there. Can only be lower.
Unless it's an ace. So you get nothing. It's an equal card that we're gonna go with. So go on, right? Low, higher or lower?
Lower again.
They're
Yeah,
not
go
even
fish
seen
on, he
shit.
says. Oh, that's better. Gordy, what do you reckon, Kaz? Lower or higher than a 6? Higher, says Kaz.
Higher than a 6.
Cleaggie's fired you a donation, Danny.
7.
All right. Yeah, okay, so you got that right there.
We can sort that out, Koyagi. Thanks, mate. Right, so what's that? You got 2 right, Gary. So that's a tenner. So we're on 20 quid, which was a bit of a fail because this could have been a decent night for charity. But
Yeah, I'll
we'll
bung you
we'll
over a tenner for a charity.
So we'll. To be honest, I appreciate everyone's offers. I don't really want money sent to me, so we'll figure out something else done for other people to donate. I'll just give the donations that I'm giving. I don't really want people sending me money. I don't want this to become like I'm getting money off people sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So, as I say, I appreciate everyone offering, but we can do something else to give for other people to donate. I'll just donate the £20 up to now. And we'll do this, every week if people want to, or we can do it randomly, depending on what people want to do. So, anyway, guys, we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Bit of a different one. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate Jack, Gary, and Scrag jumping on as well.
No bother.
So,
No worries, mate.
I think we're going to wrap it up. So, I hope everyone's had a good night. And, we'll catch you all next week. Oh,
thanks a lot.
Before you all go, my giveaway draw will be probably going out on Wednesday. So that's for the Colombo Test Kit and the Cup.
Nice one.
Yep.
Nice one, Danny. Thanks.
Right, thanks for all coming on, and I'll see you all next week if we don't see you before.
Thanks all.
See you later.
See you later.